Today, we know the Earth is not flat. Instead, it is a spherical object which floats in the vast emptiness of space. The concept of a spherical Earth was not fully adopted by ancient Greeks until 6th century BC. This idea of a round Earth isn't based on intuition, but by inquiry. By circumnavigating the Earth on ships, men like Ferdinand Magellan were able to prove the Earth was actually round based on their experiences, or more specifically, what they could see, hear, and feel. Ultimately, our worldview is defined by this example, and it's that we gain knowledge and understanding through our sense-based experiences. By asking questions and performing tests, we increase our understanding. We cannot take things on trust alone. We test it out for evidence. It's important because, the way I see it, we're exploring and trying to find out as much as we can about the world. My view has definitely been influenced by my surroundings and experiences. As a child, my parents rarely took me to church, so I was not influenced by religion. I grew up in New Jersey, where I spent a fair amount of my time exploring the backwoods with friends. I was very interested with the environment and all the creatures that inhabited it. It was always exciting to question why something was the way that it was. For instance, an average person can look at a peacock and appreciate its beautiful pattern of feathers. I too would agree, but I would also find beauty at the molecular level. The complexities on the smaller scale are equally astonishing. I remember there was once when I asked my neighbor, "Why are trees green?" And she responded, "Because God made them green." I stood there baffled, because to me, it didn't seem to make sense, and there wasn't a real explanation behind it. Eventually, this curiosity led me to study biology, where life itself is put under a microscope. As an aspiring biologist, my worldview is reinforced every day in class. I literally witness millions of cells working in perfect harmony to make life work. With this, I find it hard to believe the stories of a supreme being that have been created to explain our existence. It seems too simple, too unbelievable. Look what's out there. How could a being create all of this when there's a whole universe? If a book is telling you that you cannot have tattoos or eat shellfish, you can choose to say that this is the word of a supreme being. But for me, I need to know why someone is telling me this is the case. I'll believe information that's credible, open, reputable, and doesn't come with a threat. It's hard to trust someone that says this is the case and you must believe it, or else you will die and burn in hell. I don't mean to disrespect religion, because it can connect people spiritually. And so altogether, everything I've come to know and understand and believe comes from what I've experienced. Doubt is a fundamental quality which I believe advances the human species. I won't accept explanations unless there's proof or evidence that I can actually see. I don't expect to understand the answers to life, the universe, and everything, but I think it's important to learn about it and not trust what people wrote hundreds of years ago. As the great physicist Richard Feynman once said, "Once you start doubting, when you doubt and ask, it gets a little harder to believe."